Morning, everyone. Going on, Dudley, Robert, Eric, everyone else. What a crazy move here on the Qs. What a crazy, crazy move. What's up, everyone? I do not have a coffee in front of me. I feel like I'm cheating the name of the game right now. How'd everyone do yesterday? Hopefully you guys enjoyed me streaming a little bit extra yesterday. Got to see, you know, how it is, right? I mentioned, and I played, right, the rejection of this previous support, which was a previous resistance. What's going on, Chris? Right, I mentioned this previous resistance, which was a previous support, rejected perfectly, right? This is where we took the 410 puts. But I exited right here, right? I exited at 410, right? And I mentioned that live on stream. And then it continued to run. No worries, right? You can't expect this to happen every time, right? We had a trend day for the first time in a long time, right? Last time we ran like this was March 31st to April 3rd. It's okay, right? It doesn't matter if you miss a play. There's a million more plays every single day. Okay? There's so many plays every day, every week, every month. Do not have that FOMO. Do not. It's going to ruin your game, right? Congrats on the people that play the run, and you continue. Love the extreme at 50%. Awesome. Congrats, Dudley. That's huge. Now it's a new day. Don't let yesterday get to you, right? If you have an amazing day, right, or a terrible day, put that in the past. Okay? If you bring that energy with you into the next day, the next month, whatever it is, it's going to affect you. Okay. So, over Qs first. Qs up 1% here pre-market, all right, because of coin or Microsoft. Pretty sure Google or Microsoft. Yeah. All the tech names are up a ton. But they all did very, very well. So Qs are up a ton here. Let's go over Qs. All right. So we saw a huge move to the downside. All right. We have this resistance here at 313.74. Right, previous support was a support multiple times here. Right, so watch for a rejection there. Curious to see if we break above, right? Everything is green here, so it could be a strong day. Apple's flat though, right? Interesting to see. Everything's green except Apple. And it looks like we have a huge resistance here, right? Previous support, previous support, previous support. If we break down, it's going to be tough to break back above. Right? The more touches on a level, the stronger it's going to be. Right? And this looks like a typical head and shoulders. Right? If I inverse this chart, oops. This is a classic head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders now, but left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline. Looks very good, honestly, to the downside, Apple. Right, I'll even draw it out. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline. So, looks pretty good to the downside. Delete this. All right, I do like this chart a lot, actually. Like the shampoo, exactly. Yeah, I mean, Apple saw this move to the downside, but Apple was definitely, you know, stronger than the overall market yesterday, right? Everything was down a ton, right? 2 to 4%, and Apple was down not even a percent, right? Look, Apple's red now. So definitely need to see what happens here with Apple. Rising wedge. If I zoom out, it could be, but also, right? So I guess you're looking at this, right? And that. Look at this rising wedge that we had, though, right? This wedge, it kind of worked perfectly. Not the cleanest of all, but nice breakdown from that wedge. But look at this though, right? This could be, right? Also could be this, but it's not as clean. Or potentially a wedge, but it's not as clean. I don't like that as much. It depends, right? If we hold here, then the whole story changes, right? But it's weak right now, so we gotta, you know, we just gotta play the levels, right? SPY, huge breakdown, right? Closed below these levels here, right, at 407.38, which is its previous support, this previous resistance, right? Big level, right? If we can't break above this level, I'm looking at puts. Right, yes, it's very strong today based on the earnings that we had from Microsoft and some of the other names. Right, Microsoft's at 296 in pre-market. Wow. We're all the way up here. Incredible. Right, 275 to 296, 7.5%. Crazy move. But what was I looking at? SPY. But we have this resistance here now, right? Previous support acted as resistance intraday yesterday, so might act as a new resistance and see some downside. What questions does everyone have? Here's VIX, right? VIX, remember I mentioned this flag here in pre-market, right? Flagging, perfect breakout, pullback, retest, continuation. Right now we kind of have this flag here again. Right, here's the flagpole, here's the flag. Right, so if we consolidate here and hold these lows and start to see some upside again, right, that means SPY to the downside. So I don't like that actually. Right, this needs a little bit more time, but yeah, we might see some more upside here, which means SPY to the downside. I'll definitely keep an eye. Going on, Daniel. Here's Google, right? Remember Google rejected perfectly, bounced multiple times off this trend line here, right? And then we saw that breakdown, right? Created a lower high from this high up here, lower high, move to the downside. Interesting. The video, let's delete the chart, redo it. All right, so NVIDIA, right, could chart it like this. It's not the cleanest. I kind of just have this trend to the downside. I'm going to delete this trend line now. It's just like not important there. We have this multiple bottom base here, right, that acted as resistance, right? Previous resistance acted as support, support, and we bounced again. Right, so this base here on 263 is a huge level. Okay. Give me 1 second. Just want to grab a water quick, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So need to see what happens at this next resistance above, which is about here, right? This previous support that turned into a resistance is what I would look for every single time, right? Anytime you have a big dip like this that acted as a resistance, it's going to be tough to break back over. And then if it does, right, if it breaks back over something like that, you usually see continuation, right? So all you have to do is just play the levels. Everyone could drop a like on the video. I would appreciate it. If anyone wants me to review their charts, we could post your chart in charts levels, right? I can actually start doing that on stream, right? Post your chart and analysis in charts levels, and I could review your charts, right? If that's something that you want me to do. Right, if you want to show me something, or if you want me to review it, give you some feedback, you know, I could do that. That would be a pretty cool idea. All right, so I could go over some charts from you guys in live. Here's Tesla. Right, Tesla's kind of forming a base. Right, we have this resistance, and we created a double bottom here. Right, and we kind of have this base here. But look where we created it. And if I hit the daily, right, we're sitting right near this previous support. Right, previous support, acted as support. Right, and it's kind of acting as a resistance now. So if it can break over this zone, let me fix this here, around 163.9, right, then we could see some continuation. So I'll set an alert at that level for Tesla, 163.9. And if it could break over that, which is the previous resistance that we rejected yesterday, right, we rejected it perfectly, then we can see some continuation and potentially see a gap fill. Right, so I have my alert set at that level. All right, so you just posted Apple chart. Let's see. Apple head and shoulders on the hourly chart, coming off a bloodbath yesterday below 163.73, sends it down to 160, 142, and 160. Yeah, let's see. All right, so he has it as this little wedge here. All right, kind of a double bottom with this lower and lower highs. Right, so he says below 163.73, sends it down. Right, so let me open this up a little bit bigger. That didn't help. There we go. All Right, so I'm assuming this is the 163 level. Yeah, so he's saying if this breaks down, right, we're going to go to this level here. So that's a perfect analysis. All right, looks very solid. Good stuff. This is how you should draw every single chart, right? You need to have the trend lines. You need to have the boxes above with the resistances. This is how you should chart every single thing, right? Because it's a game plan. When you put the game plan together, you know exactly what to do. So if anyone else wants to post a chart, please feel free to do so. But this is how I have Apple charted, by the way. Right, you have it as a wedge. Like, pretty sure you have it. Right, your trend line is coming from here though. Right, so be careful with this trend line because it's not, it should be kind of up here. Right, if you're doing it from here, it's kind of, you're trying to make it in your favor. I would draw it up here. And this bottom trend line like this, but on a higher time frame, right, we have this inverse head and shoulders. Head and shoulders, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder with a big neckline across the board, right? Previous support, 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 and we're opening up down below, right? So just be aware of that, right? The higher time frame setups are always going to be more valid for a longer trade, right? So just make sure you understand that, feud. Like, I personally like the head and shoulder pattern better here. But again, your levels are correct though, right? If we see a drop down here of 163, we're going to see a bloodbath, like you mentioned, to 161 and so on. Meta, perfect breakdown yesterday. Not really looking at that today. Amazon broke this trend line yesterday perfectly. Now sitting at 105. No really actionable setup here though, right? Which is why I'm just continuing through. AMD just looks terrible. Boeing, no setup here. Definitely not looking at BABA. Coin's up 6%, but again, no really actionable setup. I'm looking for a flag break. This could maybe work. CVS, right? We're kind of forming this consolidation here, right? When consolidation forms, it's a sign of a breakout. What's going on, Brandy? Microsoft's going to open all the way up here. Not really going to look at that. Here we go with the comments. I took it live on YouTube stream. Didn't post it on the Discord, which is why I didn't mention it in the Discord. But if you go back to my YouTube stream yesterday, you'll see the exact analysis and the exact thoughts behind it. And Square looks like nothing. So, right, top setups today, Apple, right, based on the setup that we have available. Right now we're down 0.14% here. Right, so need to watch that. Top setup. Google, right, even though Google had earnings yesterday and they beat, right, they're only up 0.3%. And it looks like, you know, it's kind of pretty bearish, right? We had this wedge, this bearish wedge breakdown. Right, here's the, right, if I flip this upside down, oops, what did I do? If I flip this upside down, right, everyone's trading this to the upside. Right, which is why I like to flip my charts upside down sometimes. Nvidia's just been stuck in this huge range. Right, we have a quadruple top, right? Rejected once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Guys, yes, I'm going to be active on the challenge account. But again, right, it's a challenge account for me. I don't care if I lose it. And it's not my goal to grow it slowly, right? I'm going to try and have big plays on it. Right? I'm not going to hold it for, 20% gains. So if it goes to 0, it goes to 0, and I could do it again. Right? Just everyone needs to understand that. I'm not going to try and grow a $1,000 account slowly for 5% gains. It's just, it's a waste of my time. Right, hopefully that makes sense. Tesla looks pretty solid. We'll keep an eye on that. Meta, no. All right, so we kind of got a plan here. All right, SPY, we'll keep an eye on. VIX, we'll keep an eye on. Needs to hold here. And Qs, we have a plan. So Qs, SPY, Apple, and Tesla. That's what I'm watching today. Yeah, so right, anyone that wants to follow, I actually posted a ton of solid stuff in one of the sections yesterday, the psychology risk management. I'm going to pull it up here. I think everyone needs to see this. All right, so focus up. Okay. All right, this is a little dialogue. Question: should I get in at this price? Is now a good time to buy? Pretty much means I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it anyway. Right? You need to be aware if you're saying this. Right? The goal of this whole Discord is to teach you how to trade, right? Ask us questions on how to chart, on, where you should be entering and all that. But if you're just following along and asking these questions, it's a sign, right? You need to, be able to do it for yourself, right? And that's the goal, right? You want to be able to trade for yourself. You don't want to have to follow someone every single day, right? Should I buy some of the stock, right? It means I want in on the action, right? Tell me what to do and I'll do it. Should I take the loss now or wait for it to come back? Right, and you could read the translation. It's pretty funny. You can read that yourself. What happens if I get out minus 10% and it comes back? Right, what happens if I feel frustrated? It looks stupid at the same time. All right, super, super valuable little dialogue there. So if you want, it's in the Discord. I posted 3 things, right? Here's another one that'll open up. 9 reasons not to trade, right? When you have to think about your trade, right? The best trades jump out in front of you. You should be able to see it right away and you should execute right away. When you don't know where your stop goes, right? If you don't know where your stop is, you shouldn't even be in the trade. Market does not favor your system, right? If you're a trend trader, avoid counter trend trades, etc. And when you want to increase your position size, this is probably like one of the biggest ones, right? If you think about increasing risk just to make up for a past loss, you are making an emotional decision and you are going to blow up your account, whether it's now, next week, the month after, etc. This is extremely important and it happens to everyone. You have to make sure you don't do that. You size up because you want to make up for a past loss. Good luck to you. Okay. All right, so that can all be found in psychology risk management section. right? And I posted a tweet. Biggest enemy to your trading success is not the market, it's you, right? Market doesn't have feelings. You do, right? And you can create a game plan around it. Right? A good trade is one where you follow the rules of the system and not one that led to a profit. All right, so if you want, go take a look at this in the psychology risk management section. That's how you blew up your, exactly. It's this, everyone does the same thing, right? I did it when I first started. Everyone does it when they first start, right? You chase those losses. 1 minute to market open. Appreciate everyone stopping by. If you could drop a like on the video, thank you very much. If you want to dislike it, go ahead, do whatever you got to do. I'll see you guys in the Discord.